Manipulator Productions.
There have been several stories about the ghosts of former presidents of the United States revisiting the White House, with perhaps the most common and popular one being that of Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln's ghost, otherwise known as the White House ghost, is said to have haunted the White House since his death in 1865. Eleanor Roosevelt never admitted to having seen Lincoln's ghost, but did say that she felt his presence repeatedly throughout the White House. She also said that the Roosevelt family dog, Fala, would sometimes bark for no reason at what she felt was Lincoln's ghost. President Dwight Eisenhower's press secretary, James Hagerty, and Liz Carpenter, press secretary to First Lady Bird Johnson, both said they felt Lincoln's presence many times. The former president's footsteps are also said to be heard in the hall outside a Lincoln bedroom. Margaret Truman, daughter of President Harry S. Truman, said she heard a specter rapping at the door of the Lincoln bedroom when she stayed there, and believed it was Lincoln. President Truman himself was once awakened by raps at the door while spending a night in the Lincoln bedroom. Several unnamed eyewitnesses have claimed to have seen the shade of Abraham Lincoln actually lying down on the bed in the Lincoln bedroom, while others have seen Lincoln sit on the edge of the bed and put his boots on. Others have actually seen an apparition of the former president. The first person reported to have actually seen Lincoln's spirit was First Lady Grace Coolidge. Theodore Roosevelt, along with Maureen Reagan and her husband, have all claimed to have seen a spectral Lincoln in the White House. Perhaps the most famous incident was in 1942. When Wilhelmina of the Netherlands heard footsteps outside her White House bedroom and answered a knock on the door, only to see Lincoln in frock coat and top hat standing in front of her. British Prime Minister Winston Churchill loved to retire late into the evening, so he could take a long hot bath with his whiskey and cigar to relax. But on one occasion, he climbed out of the bath and naked, because he forgot his cigar, and walked into the adjoining bedroom, where he was met by the ghost of Lincoln standing by the fireplace in the room, and said, "Good evening, Mr. President. You seem to have me at a disadvantage. Abraham Lincoln is not the only Lincoln ghost witnesses claim to have seen in the White House. Willie Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's 11-year-old son, who died in the White House of typhoid on February 20, 1862, is reported to have been seen in the White House by staff members of the Grant administration in the 1870s. But reports have been made as recently as the 1960s that President Lyndon B. Johnson's college-age daughter, Linda Bird Johnson Robb, has seen the ghost and talked to him.